one way of looking at this upcoming week is to look at the Fed and say they're going to acknowledge the slower CPI. And the other way to look at it is to think that they are still seeing that CPI is too high, even though it came in at 2.97 around 2 weeks ago. So what are we gonna do this week? We're gonna have we're gonna Fed, we're gonna have ECB, and we're gonna have Bank of Japan having monetary policy meetings, and they're gonna have a statement. They're gonna have a press conference. That is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The other thing was with Bank of Japan this week was that on Friday they said that they are going to do no tweaks on yield curve control because CPI came in lower than expected. And this morning they said, well, we're going to increase our inflation forecast, which literally made the Japanese yen strong. So we can see the falls here on pound yen as an example. When it comes to euro dollar, I want to be a dollar bear this week. So that means I need to have euro dollar going higher, and it's currently going lower. It has no problem for me. So I just need to break euro dollar at 111.14, and for it to go higher, come back lower, and then good to go. Where's Muscle Plus going to be? Muscle Plus is going to be below this previous low. It's probably going to be a bit high. It's 88 pips, good enough for me. And then the target is probably going to be some kind of weekly target, which is going to be 112.84 or a bit below that because of 10 pips and everything. Something like that would look like my trading plan this week for euro dollar. And the other one is Australian dollar, US dollar. It was this morning up at this high, and I was like, yeah, this is looking great for the dollar bearishness, isn't it? And then I took a look at the dollar index, and I was wondering what is going on. This is bullish. So short-term bullish on dollar, meaning I need to break lows, pull back, and then continuation lower. I don't have that at the moment, so I just have my plan in some kind of resting place. For the Australian dollar, US dollar, I want this one to rise. It's purely because of a peak of interest rates, even though they're going to increase on Wednesday in Fed, but overall we're now kind of ending it. So that's what I'm trying to play. So I haven't got what I wanted technically, so I just need to wait a bit more. Pound yen was for me a bit of a messy trade. Euro yen was schmacktacular because once you go over to my watch list and you see my trading plan I had here, where my entry was at 155.30 give or take, and I got exited around 133, 158 flat, and we have not seen that price ever since. We have again fallen down this morning, and you can see here the rise in euro yen because of the lack of yield curve control tweak, which is something you can ask me about in the live stream. I will answer that question of what yield curve control tweaking is, because it's a bit of a long discussion. Anyways, New Zealand dollar was another one that was like, if it comes back to this level at 61.80, I will take it up. And this one seems to be the strongest one this morning. And that comes out of New Zealand having a stronger than anticipated trade balance. That is great for New Zealand. So this is probably going to be the only strongest one. So if dollar starts to fall, this one's going to pop pretty high. But this is not a reversal that has trended around. This is still a very much early stage. You know, we can still do this, we can do that, or we can just do directly above. You know, it's not really developed, so it's very, very, very early. But yet again, dollar bearishness is my thing to go to. USD CAD is another one that, you know, if it goes bearish, cool, but it's kind of like in between somewhere, don't really know. USOIL, finally, it is bullish, and which makes me happy. But I don't know if I like the high though. But you know, we can have a pullback maybe or something like that. So that this is a continuation. Higher CPI, higher oil, higher CPI. It's kind of like not necessarily two things have to go together, but for me, I want oil to rise out of seasonality and out of improved economics, and we're not going to crash the market as we previously anticipated. Gold is another one that you guys really like, so I will do that. And I said, okay, so if it makes a higher high today, and I had a meeting this morning, and the person had bought somewhere here, and I said, you know, Keep your cool. Put your stop loss at around 1941. Great. Though that's not trading advice, it's just be cautious, have your plans correctly, and sure enough, it's a great place to look for a buy if that's what you're looking for. But you have your rules of engagement or whatever. This person already had that, so the only problem here is the mentality. There's going to be FOMC on Wednesday, okay? There's going to be Fed, or there's going to be ECB on Thursday. There's a lot of that can be baked into your fear, and like if gold is up here by Wednesday, so what? Or if it's down here by Wednesday, so what? It doesn't really matter. It is late in the trend. The person understands that, and that's not really my point. The point is that you follow your trade plan, right? There was a buy there, and there was a buy there, and there's probably going to be a buy there too. If this is stop loss, then you have two other successful trades. When it comes to S&P 500, we have kind of paused a bit. We came in at 43.80. Hasn't last week come down to target entry. Has this week come down to an entry. I mean, I'm still hoping for 44.60 or 44.50 as a longer term move before going higher, but still, so 45.17 as more of a short term thing. And I'll be very happy to do that. So what is the current direction? Dollar bearishness, yen bearishness, even though that is currently tweaked a bit, depending on the outcomes of the interest rate meetings this week. Dollar pairs and yen pairs are probably going to fall from first week of August. With some kind of bottom around mid-August. So just prepare for that. So if you want to start selling off yen pairs and dollar pairs, I'm not going to do that yet, but I'm going to wait until like first, maybe next week I will do that. And as well, including oil. So that's my outlook.